for you? Can you please confirm me on chat once? Guys, am I audible for you? Okay. Okay. So then we can continue now. Okay, we can stop it now. Okay, later. So coming to this class, today is completely your theoretical concept. Nothing we are going to do practical here. Okay. So the people who want to go with experience, this is particularly for them. I said right. I will take one special class for you. So the person who want to go with experience, it is completely for you. Fresher, you don't have nothing to learn here because it is the experience way of having the class. One second. Kamlesh, marker this one. Look, sorry. Okay. So as a DevOps engineer, like we all are wanting to have some experience, right? To survive in the market. Yes, definitely there you are going to have somewhat of year gaps on your studies as well as your work as well. So your main intent is to get a job. Having this much of year gap and having this much of like your experience on some other field, it is not that much easy to get a job as experienced person. Okay. If you want to get an experience as a DevOps engineer, what is our main task actually? To do the deployments, right? So you have learned the deployment here. If you go for the interview, they will ask majorly 3 questions. How you have done the deployment? Can anyone tell me like how we have done the deployment? From starting module to up to like starting project to now, what we have done so far? We have done first of all infrastructure creation, and after that we have done created 3-tier architecture and installed the softwares, and finally what we have done? Through automation we have done the deployment. Same concept we have done with AWS as well, right? Same concept we have done with the AWS. But on interview, what they will ask, what is the type of deployment you have done? Type of deployment. No. If you go for interview, right, they will ask first this question. A lot of people are learning DevOps and they will do deployment with Ansible, they will do with Docker, they will do with Terraform, they will do everything. Even manually also we can do the deployment. But what kind of deployment you have done? No. Deployment we have types. If you see, there is a blue-green deployment, canary deployment, rollbacks, okay, as well as A/B testing. These are the kind of deployments we need to know about this. Even though you have done the deployment, in interview they will ask question, what kind of deployment you have done? Then what we need to tell them? The deployment we have done is blue-green deployment. Which kind of deployment? Okay, keep that apart. Keep the deployment apart. What is the meaning of deployment actually? We have done the deployment, right? What is the meaning of deployment as per your understanding? Application of? No. Deployment means, see, we are going to install a web application on a web server. The meaning, exact meaning of deployment means installing a web application on a web server. Okay. What is the web application server we have used? Apache Tomcat. What we have used? Apache Tomcat. You see this one? So the term deployment refers to the installing of a web application on web server. Where we have installed? We have installed web application. Okay, but where we have installed? On a web application server. Where we have installed? Web application server. That is called as Tomcat server. Which server? We have set up Tomcat or not? That is the meaning of deployment. Sir, what we can do deployment? We are going to deploy the web application or website. Web. What is the difference between website and web application? Difference I want. No. Like let me show some basic things. It will be like nasty actually. Can anyone tell me? Like 9 a.m. guys, I have discussed this with you, right? If you remember. But 11 a.m. I haven't till now. Okay. So let me open this Amazon.com. Amazon. If I open this one, is it a website or web application? It's not a website. If not website, we have only one thing, web application, I know. But how you can define it as a web application? Just tell me that single thing. Because interactive. So remember that difference between website and web application is website cannot interact with the end user, but web application can be able to interact. And website we are going to deploy by using web server. What? But if you want to deploy web application, we need to have web application server like Tomcat. Okay, we need to have what? Tomcat. That's the thing we need to remember. So if you talk about differences between website and web application is a program actually, okay, that can be accessed via browser and linked to a database. Remember, web application is always going to interact with a database where we are going to link it with database, and it cannot interact with the end users. But whereas website is nothing but collection of your HTML, CSS pages. It contains the images, audios, videos, everything, and it can be not able to interact with the end user. Web application can interact with the user, but website cannot interact. First difference. Web application we can read and manipulate the data, but website we can't. Okay. Coming to the functionality, web application is having the complex functionality. Which functionality? And website is having simple. Why? Because in website you write HTML, CSS code, and if required JavaScript, JS. But whereas web application, we need to run the Java code, Python code, SMS, some SQL as well, right? So we need to write all the codes. For that purpose, functionality is very complex for web application, but for website, easy. So coming to the first point, sir, you are deploying. What is the purpose of doing deployment there? Like why we need to do deployment? Sorry, why we need to do the deployment? What is the purpose? Are you seeing the points there? The first and main reason is the main essence of deployment is to adding new feature of application. For example, my application, let's take Swiggy application. Swiggy application is having 10 features. How many features? If I want to add the 11th feature, I need to do deployment. What I need to do? First thing. And second thing is removing the bugs. For example, I have my application, it is having a lot of bugs. If I would like to remove the bugs, let's take version 1.0 and 2.0. Okay. In 2.0, they are having some bugs. While going to 3.0, I need to remove all of these bugs. That is the second purpose. Third purpose is enhancing the new features. Enhancing the new feature means we are going to improve the features. What we are going to do? And fourth one, breaking large application into microservice. For example, I have a this one. What I will have is Amazon application. It is a very big application, right? We have a lot of features. So for that application, what I am going to do is I am going to break down into microservices. What I am going to do? Break down into microservices. That is the purpose of having the deployment. Now have we got an understanding like why we need to do deployment? It is the way and how we need to do deployment. It is the purpose actually. Then after that, sir, if you want to do deployment, what are the things you need to have? If you need to do deployment, what are the things we need to have? First one is we need to have the infrastructure. What we need to have? Infrastructure means servers, like everything, your VPC, EC2, S3, RDS, like subnets, everything is coming your infra only, right? So we need to have the infrastructure. What we need to have? Second, first point. Second point, for example, I have the version 1.0 code. What I have? If I do the deployment with the version 1.0, do I have any use of that? Definitely, if I want to do deployment, I need to have the new code. Without having the new code, we cannot able to do the deployment. Clear? Next. Third one, involving of dev, QA, and DevOps team. Definitely, developer needs to involve to write the code. Tester need to involve to test the code, and DevOps team need to involve for the deployment. These three teams are mandatory. If we missed any one of the team, it is not going to do the deployment. Definitely, we need to have all of these three teams. Fourth one, on some occasions, on some rare occasions, we are going to create the database. What we are going to do? If I want to do a new deployment, definitely I need to have the new database. What I need to have? And sometimes we need to have the approval of RM, release manager. We have it, right? Like if you are working, you know what is the release manager. Like there will be RM. When we want to release a new application, we need to take the not new application. When we want to release a new feature of application, without approval we cannot take it. Okay, we need to take the approval from the RM, but it is optional. Like not on every cases, but majorly we will take it. Clear? So one more time. Purpose of deployment is to add the new features, removing the bugs, enhancing the new features, improving the performance, as well as breaking down into microservice. What we need to do deployment? Infrastructure, new code, and after that new code. Like infra we need to have, new code we need to have. After that we need to have the team's involvement. What we need to have? And fourth one is we need to have the database. Definitely we need to create the database, because for every deployment we will create a new database. It is mandatory, and we will take the backups as well. And finally, we need to take the approval from RM. What we need to take? Approval from the RM. Sir, you said why we need to do deployment, why is done, and what things we need to have is done, and what things we need to take precautions. Precaution I'm talking about. Okay, like things we need to take care of. Before doing the deployment, we need to take the backups of current build and current database. What we need to take? Current build and current backup. To provide the isolated environment of dev, test, and prod. Okay. For example, in real time, we have 4 stages. I have said, right? Dev environment, test environment, staging environment, and production. Okay. Definitely, we need to have different environments. We cannot do the deployment directly on production. First, we will do it on dev area. Later, we will come for, and finally, we will do it on production. So definitely, how many environments we need to have? And we can be able to roll back. For example, I have done the deployment of 3.0. If this failed, I need to go to the 2.0. How it can be done? Roll back by using jar file. We will maintain jar file separately, right? I have shown you on the last class. We will store the jar file separately. If you want to go any version back, we can use the specific jar file for the version. Clear? And one more thing, it is the craziest thing, like it happened for me. One time what happened, here we need to make sure that we are deploying on correct environment. Okay. We have 2 clients, like one is American Water. It is one of the biggest client for our company. Second one is BP. You know BP? Oil company. No, not that one, BP is some US company. Like, let me show you. British Petroleum, yes. Okay. It is one of the biggest client actually we have. Actually, I got request for American Water to do deployment, but I have done on BP. And there are a lot of escalations happen for me, but eventually I have rolled back it immediately. Okay. Sometimes it is going to happen, but please take care of it. Okay. That's it. So this is the reason why to do, what to do, and how to do. Clear? So definitely you need to have this much of theory for you, because you don't have the experience. Even though you don't have experience, we need to pretend like we do have experience. For that purpose, we need to make sure every point we have followed on our real time. Okay. Coming to the deployment types, how many types you are seeing? First one is blue green. Second one is rolling strategies. Third one is canary deployment. Fourth one is recreating strategy. Fifth one is AB deployment. So what is the first one here? Blue green deployment. First one is your blue-green deployment. Sir, what is the blue-green deployment means? It is very easy, guys. 90% of the organization will prefer blue-green deployment. Definitely, if you go anywhere, they will prefer what kind of deployment? Blue-green. See, blue-green deployment is very easy. Here you are seeing the theoretical, right? I'll explain by using this practical diagram. Here, once they started implementing the new feature, they will create some new servers. They will deploy on the new server and they will route the traffic from old server to the new server. We know how to route the traffic, right? By using target group. By using target group, we can route the traffic or not. That's it. It is how the blue-green deployment is going to happen. They will definitely ask what kind of deployment you have done. Deployment strategy. What our strategy is? Blue-green deployment. How we can do the blue-green deployment? We need to have two environments: old environment, new environment. Old code, new code. Initially, we will work with the old server, which is having old code. Whenever new server is ready, new code is deployed. What we will do is we will route the traffic from load balancer from old version to the new version. This clear for you? That's it. It is how the blue-green deployment is going to work for you. Next. Second one is rolling strategies. What it is? Same like rolling strategies, also two things. Green color is old server, blue color is new. Like forgot about these colors, blue and green. For blue, green, blue is old, green is new. And here forgot about these colors. Colors are not important. Here, if we have some application running, if I have some application servers running, then we will create some new servers and we will remove old one. For example, here you are see how many servers are there initially? 4. Later then I have removed one old server, have I created version 2 server. Later then I have removed all the old servers and I have created the new servers. Finally, old servers are going to replace the new servers. Okay. Here if you see, we haven't done like that. First of all, we have the old servers, new server. We will route the traffic and we will delete the old servers here. But coming to rolling strategies, what we will do is we will remove parallelly. Once I create new server, I will delete the old server like that. Okay. In this case, in this kind of case, our old code and new code will be able to run on same parallel environment. For example, I have two environments, old environment and while you are working with rolling strategies, your old code needs to be run on both old environment, new environment, as well as new code needs to be run on both old environment and new environment. Is that point clear for you? That's it. So blue green is done as well as your canary is also done. Is it clear for up to now? Blue green canary. Sorry, it is rolling. Sorry, rolling strategies. And third one is your canary deployment. What it is? Can you read me that 3 lines for me? What it is telling? New servers. Yeah, see if you see, it will keep updating the new servers and it will delete the old servers. It is useful. See, the difference between it is first of all rolling strategies. Second one I am telling about canary. First one is blue green. We have a clarity on blue green. Second one is rolling. Third one is canary. For example, here also we have old environment, new environment, old code and new code. Their old code and new code needs to be run on both environments, right? But coming to the canary, see, it is useful when two different codes need to be run on new environment only. For example, here old code old code and new code will be there. But here what kind of code we need to have? Both codes, old code and new code. Here it need to satisfy both old environment and new environment. But coming to the canary deployment, we need to satisfy only new environment. Old environment we don't require. We need not to satisfy the old environment. All we need to satisfy is the, this process clear for you? That is the only difference. Rolling strategies need to satisfy both old environment and new environment. But canary deployment need to satisfy only new environment. Which environment? That's it. It is what you call as your canary deployment. See here. Here version B is released to the subgroup of user. And how it gonna work, you know? First of all, we have 3 servers, right? Couple of servers is having the code 1. And one server is having the code 2. If I get 100 requests, 70 requests I will send to the old code. 30 requests I will send to the, if 30% of the requests satisfied, I will make all servers to the new server. Like I am distributing, just trial and error method. What are the requests I am getting right? I will send this request to the, first of all, old servers, new server. But old server is getting 70% of the requests. New server is getting only 30%. If new server satisfy this 30% request, and I am going to make it all the servers to the new servers. Is that point clear for you? So blue green done, rolling strategy done, canary done. And your fourth one will be the recreating strategy. What it is? It is also one of the deployment type I have worked on my real time. Simply what you will do is, you know, are you seeing these 3 servers? First of all, you will stop the servers. You will take the, you will remove the old code, you will deploy the new code, and you will start the servers. That's it. First of all, are you seeing the 3 servers here, which is having version 1? What I'm doing is I'm going to stop the servers. What I'm going to do? And later what I will do? To install the version 2 and make the servers up and running. These kind of strategy is called as recreating strategy. What it is called as? Is it clear for you? See, we need to down all the servers and we need to deploy new versions. Then we need to bring these services into running state. Okay. This can also be achieved in other way. Like this, we can also do another way by creating infrastructure. We will create separate infrastructure. We will deploy the new code on new infrastructure. Then later we can remove this old code. Clear? That's it. So, and one more thing, for definitely recreating strategy, we need to have some downtime. What we need to have? What is the meaning of downtime? The number of minutes or seconds or hours that application is not available, right? It is called as your downtime. What it is called as? Downtime. Clear? That's it. So next, here version A is terminated and version B is deployed. That's the only point you need to remember. Is this point clear for you? Next, final one. What do you have? A/B deployment. A/B deployment we use for testing purpose mostly. Here, load balancer is going to have the activation part. Here, A/B deployment means you will have 2 ports. How many ports? 2 ports. For example, it is the port 1, it is the port 2. Port 1 we are going to send to 50% of the users. Port 1, port A is having 50% of the request. Port B is having, it will check which port is having the maximum sufficient for the user. Like it will satisfy the users, right? If I send a request, it will calculate which port is satisfying the more request. If port A is satisfying the more request, I will remove the port B. If port B is satisfying the more request, I will remove the port A. Is that clear for you? That's it. A/B testing is for the deployment activity. Which activity is? Like for majorly we use the testing purpose. Which purpose we are going to use? Is that clear for you? Okay. So one more time I'll apply all of this. Definitely you need to know. Like all of these are not required, but I'm telling for your information only. Coming to the types. First one is your blue-green deployment. Second one is your, third one is your, fourth one, fifth one. So coming to the blue-green deployment, how many environments we have? How many codes we have? Old environment is blue. Old code is blue color. New environment is, new code is green color. First of all, we will have the traffic to the old code, and later then we can route to the new code on new server. Second one, rolling strategies. What it is? Rolling strategies, like parallelly we will have 4 servers, right? We will create one server, we will remove another server. We create one server, we'll remove the another server. Old server is having the old code. The server which I am creating is having the new code. Like that, we are going to replace all the servers. What we are going to do? But here condition is old code, new code need to satisfy both old environment and new environment. That is called as recreating strategy. Third one is your canary deployment. What it is? What is the meaning of canary deployment? Like test, like trial and error method simply. What I will do is I will have the same 2 environments and 2 codes. Okay. But these need to satisfy only new environment, as well as first of all, I will, if I have 100 requests, I will send 70 requests to the old server, 30 requests to the, if 30 requests are satisfied perfectly, I will remove the old one and I will make the new one. Clear? That's it. Fourth one, recreating strategy. We will down all the servers, we will remove the old code, we will add the new code, and we will make the servers up and running. Clear? That's it. Simply version A is terminated and version B is deployed. What is your fifth one? AB deployment. What is the meaning of AB deployment? 50% we will distribute to the one version, 50% will distribute to the another version. If port A is satisfied, we will remove the port B. If port B is satisfied more than port A, we will remove the port A. Clear? Remember, for every deployment, we need to maintain the load balancer. Definitely without load balancer, we cannot do anything on real time. Is that clear for you? We know load balancing, right? How to create servers and how to create target group, how to add to the load balancer. We have seen a lot of examples there. Is that clear? That's it. So in one more thing, custom strategy. Sorry, if you don't want to implement any of this, I want to have my own strategy. What I want? Then I can create the custom strategy. What I can create? Is that clear for you? Okay. And one thing you need to remember here, zero downtime. What is the meaning of zero downtime? The number of minutes or hours that application is unavailable. That is called as your zero downtime. What it is called as? Zero downtime. For example, like let me tell you, I have one server. What I have? It is having version 1.0 code, and I am installing 2.0 code. If you take 5 minutes to install 2.0 code, what I will do is, first of all, I will shut down the server. I will shut down the server and I will install the new version. For example, if you take 1 hour to install the new code, 1 hour I am able to access the application. That 1 hour is called as downtime. What we can call it as? On real time, we will try to achieve zero downtime actually, but it is not possible on the cases, all the cases. But yet we will try to achieve the zero downtime. Clear? Definitely, if you are going with experience, right here, whatever the every point I have mentioned, you need to know all about this. Okay. So now, have you got the meaning of deployment, why to do, how to do, and how to create the strategies? Have you got a clear understanding or not? So then, on your interview questions, how your interview questions are based upon? Your interview questions are based upon your resume. How it is based upon? For that purpose, we need to create our resume. Have you created? I have given resumes for you long back. Have you created? Okay. So let's go with the resumes now. Whatever the resume you have mentioned, right? You have done here everything. If you go and check whatever you have mentioned on your resume, everything that you have done on this glance with your own hands. If you practice that too, okay. If you haven't practiced, I'm not sure about it. So let me go with the resumes now. So first of all, I'll go with experience. Fresher we don't require actually. Okay, experience we require, right? So I'll go with experience first. So objective. What is the objective here? don't write it. No one is going to ask because they don't know you have copied from internet. Definitely every objective will copy from internet, that there is no doubt about it. Even if you go for interview, if someone asks what is the objective, no one among here is going to tell that answer. Even I do. On my resume, I too have objective, even I'm not able to tell because everything is copy pasted. Okay. Coming to the profile summary, see what are the points I'm mentioning here, everything you will get. Okay. First of all, having a good experience with working on DevOps area, working with various CI/CD implementation. Have you worked on CI/CD? Project. Continuously I have written the code. Continuously I have integrated. Continuously we have deployed. We have seen the CI/CD process now. One is done. Second one, solid experience on like Linux, Ubuntu and Red Hat. We have covered both OS. For Red Hat, we have covered all tools. Ubuntu, we have covered on Docker and Kubernetes. Have we covered this both? That's it. Third one, hands-on experience on infrastructure as a code. We have seen a lot of example on this IaaS, Terraform. Do you have Terraform experience? Yes or no? Yes for the 11 a.m., no for the 9 a.m. Okay. Next, automated infrastructure deployment using Jenkins pipeline. Have we done it? That's it. Worked as CI/CD Jenkins for automating for entire application development lifecycle. We have written the CI/CD pipeline by our own hands. Okay. Worked on Jenkins job for end-to-end application deployment. Have we created the freestyle job or not? Tomcat deployment. What we have created? Freestyle job. End-to-end application there we have deployed or not? That's it. Good knowledge on creating users restriction and giving jobs. Like if you remember, there I have explained a project called Jenkins user management. We have created different kind of users. We have created roles for them. We have assigned the roles for them. We have given the access and permission. Is that point clear? Okay. What is your step number 5? Storing the artifacts on S3. Have you done it? Done it or not? Next. And we have done cross-region replication as well. Next. Worked on Docker, like managing the containers, images, establishing the communication between the containers. Have we done it? Everything we have done. Okay. We know how to create the images. Custom images we can create by using Docker file. Okay. We know how to communicate between the containers, sharing the volume, network, everything we have done. Next. We have worked on Docker Swarm and Docker Stack. Docker Swarm have we done practically by creating the Swiggy service and enabling the replicated mode. And Docker Stack also we have done by portainer concept. Okay. Next, hands-on experience in configuration management tool like Ansible. We know Ansible ad hoc commands, we know modules, we know playbook, everything. Even you know the roles as well. Roles is very high-end concept. Even we know roles about as well. Next, hands-on knowledge on core concept like Ansible, like this is done, and web server like Apache 2. We know HTTPD, IIS set to cover, and database like RDS. Have we done this? Next, and here see, I haven't mentioned hands-on knowledge. I have mentioned good knowledge on it. That's theoretical knowledge only. We know how to create the Kubernetes cluster. We know how to do the deployment as well. We have performed deployment there as well. Okay, that will be enough. And architecture. Lastly, coming, have we seen IAM on our class? VPC, EC2, S3, EBS, ELB, Elastic Beanstalk. Everything we have covered, and we have also covered AMI concept. We have done RDS also we have covered. And if you know any of the AWS service like Elastic Load Balancer, it is done, right? Just to mention CFT, learn CFT, CloudWatch, Lambda. Include these as well. These three. Try to include this. Okay. And code pipeline as well. We missed the code pipeline here. We know how to do the deployment and code pipeline as well. Have you seen that? That's it. In this profile summary, have you missed anything? In this profile summary, have you missed anything? Not right? Okay. So the profile summary is done. Coming to the project, like project, this project you are going to tell you have done on some other ABC organization. Okay. So just write some of the points about the organization. Like I have worked on so and so for this company. Let's take American Water or BP or else like Ethan Group, like any of the client. Or let's take Swiggy, Zomato or any other banking application like HDFC, ICICI. Let's take that as well. So write about your professional experience, like for which company you have worked and for which client you have worked. Okay. Write at least 5 to 6 lines. That will be enough. Okay. Coming to the technical expertise, tools, check the tools. Have you used the Git and GitHub? We know Jenkins. We have seen Ansible. We have seen Docker. We have seen Terraform. Tomcat we know. AWS we know. S3 JFrog we know. And ticketing tool SharePoint. Have I explained SharePoint for you? Project class. SharePoint, like how to create the ticket and how to close the ticket. What are the parameters we are going to have in the ticket? Have I said it or not? That's it. Coming to the roles and responsibilities, this is the main thing, guys. These are the points what you have done on your project. Okay. Explain the same thing here. Just compare our project. Our project, first of all, what is our first project we have done? Infrastructure creation for every thing, for every project. First of all, we need to create infrastructure. What we need to create? It is done. After infrastructure creation, we need to install the softwares on 3-tier architecture. Web server we need to install, web application server we need to install, programming languages and databases. Have installed all of this. LAMP setup. Third thing is deployment. Have you done that? Deployment we have done on 2 ways. How many ways? By using AWS code pipeline, by using Jenkins. Is this clear? That's it. So if you see here, deploying end-to-end product in Tomcat web application servers. Have you done this one? Taking backup for the code and database before new deployment. Backup means nothing, guys. If you remember, I have taken the WAR file on S3. It is called as backup simply. Database also, there will be some database. Remember how to take the database backup means there you are going to have some database scripts. What you need to have? If we run that script, database backup is always going to take in default. We are not going to do nothing. There will be some script. If you run that script right, it is always going to take the database backup. Okay. And some companies, instead of having script, they will run the cron jobs. What they will run? If they will run cron jobs every day at 8 o'clock morning, it will take automatically backup itself. Okay. Next, checking and automating if servers are running out of the disk. We know how to manage the disk size, right? If you give fdisk-l, you will get the disk list. If the disk is having occupied, what you need to add? EBS volume we need to have. We have added or not? That's it. Monitoring of all services, like it is going to do on NagOS. So forgot about this one. NagOS is not done yet. And finally, integrated Jenkins with, we have integrated with Git. Maven, Nexus is optional. Like we have AWS S3, right? You can include S3 here. S3 is artifact, Nexus is also artifact. You can include any one of them. Terraform, have we integrated? Tomcat, have we integrated? That's it. Work on Jenkins installation, configuration, like maintenance. This we know how to install the Jenkins server, how to set up, how to give the permission, how to write the scripted and declarative pipelines. We know all of them. Configured many schedule projects so that can run frequently without manual trigger. So remember, how many ways we can schedule the jobs? Ways of scheduling. Cron job, Polesium, webhooks we can use, but scheduling means we need to give cron job only. Polesium also scheduled, but webhook is not scheduled actually. Webhook is instant thing. That's it. We know the difference between cron, webhook, and Polesium. We know all of these three, right? Next, in case of any new project setup, creation of new jobs in Jenkins. We know how to create the jobs and how to configure the Jenkins jobs. Configuring the pre and post build action. Like post build action means when we get the WAR file, okay, we are going to sort on AWS S3 like that. Post build action means the action which are going to happen after the build. Clear? Project also we have done one post build action, if you remember. And deploying jar, where we know how to deploy and store it on the artifacts. Using Ansible Vault to secure information like password and secret keys. Have you done this Ansible Vault? Making configuration changes on Ansible server. We know how to configure the other nodes by using Ansible. We can write the playbook and we can do the configuration. Okay. Next, writing playbook for to automate daily tasks. We know how to write the playbook and using Ansible rules. For example, daily I want to check the disk information. Can we write a playbook? We can write a playbook by using shell module and just give the command df command. We can check the information, right? Simply we have covered down our Ansible playbook concept. Taking the backup of instance and taking backup of production database. This one I have covered. pulling the artifact from S3 and to deploying on Tomcat web server. Have you done this? But here I have mentioned as playbook. Playbook is all simple. What you will do, artifact is going to store on S3, and you are going to pull artifact from S3 to the local server. How you can pull the artifact from S3 to local? By using AWS S3 CP command. Which command? If you give shell and if you give AWS S3 CP, it is directly going to pull that to your local. We know it how to do it, right? That's it. And this main thing. What are the tasks you have done? We need to maintain a Confluence page. What we need to maintain? Confluence is the like what we can call website for our company. It is going to maintain your task. For example, in your company, you want to do the deployment. What you want to do? Deployment. In deployment, there will be a lot of types actually. Like for example, if I want to do deployment or if I want to do some other activities, I can maintain a document. What I can maintain? That document I'm going to maintain on Confluence page. Which page? And creating of AMI, storage blocks, snapshots, VPS, subnet, all we know, right? These all the things we have covered on our AWS concepts. We know how to create users. We know how to create groups. We know how to create roles. We know how to configure to Terraform. All we have done with our hands on or not. That's it. Now check it from the top. Have you missed anything here from the top? Have I missed anything there? So if you go to interview with this kind of resume, are you able to crack the interview or not? What else we have missed there? Everything I have said and everything you have practiced. I'm not sure you have practiced or not, but I hope you have practiced. Okay. If we go for any interview with this resume, they will ask questions based upon your resume. If they ask question from the resume, are you able to answer it or not? That's it. But what the major thing you need to keep on mind is don't put as Kubernetes experience. Some people, what they will do, they want to go with experience. Okay, of course they can go with experience. I agree. But here the major thing is they are downloading resume from the internet. In internet, for example, let's take I have a resume. I kept on internet. I know how to work on a Kubernetes cluster. I can know troubleshooting and I can write the Helm charts. What this fake guy is going to do, he's going to download my resume. How can he have my skills? Downloading my resume. Okay, I have my skills on my resume. He is going to put the same skills on your resume. Yes, of course, he has learned the course. Here he is having some minimal experience. Okay, but here I have working experience. This minimal experience, working experience, are they both same? For that purpose, lot of guys are not able to crack the interview. Okay, whatever the course you have learned, whatever the tools you have learned, what you have applied practically on your hands-on, you need to mention them on your resume. If not, if you mention on some other properties, right, the interview is not going to happen smoothly. Every interview is definitely based upon their resume only. If you are able to tell answer for all the things on your resume, you can able to crack the interview. Clear? That's it. And second thing is, when you are applying for the jobs, right, please make sure that your job description is matching your resume or not. For example, here you have learned Nagios as a monitoring service. Here you have learned Jenkins as a continuous integration server, but on job description, they need ELK as monitoring service. They need Go CI, Go continuous integration, or Bamboo, some other thing. We know Jenkins, but do we know Bamboo? The requirement is Bamboo, but I know Jenkins. Are they going to select us on interview? They will have a call. They will ask, Bamboo. Okay. They will ask what Bamboo. What you will say, I know Jenkins. Sorry, we are not selecting you. Then what you will think? Going for experience in DevOps is not easy. It is easy, man. They need Bamboo, but you have Jenkins. You need to understand, right? Their requirement we need to understand. As per their requirement, we need to create our own resume and we need to track based upon our skill set. Okay. Not every job is open for you on the internet. If you go for like Naukri or LinkedIn, let me show you. Let me open the Google here. Let's search for the jobs actually. So how many jobs are there? 16,000 for January, like for today, 16,000 jobs are opening. How many openings are there? Let's take it. So DevOps fresher, like the salary will be 2,000 to, sorry, 2,000 not 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs. Okay. But if you see the job description, what it is asking, they are asking Git, Jenkins. We know both of them. They are asking any of the cloud. We know AWS. They are asking Linux and scripting. We are covering both of these. They are having communication. Is cracking that job difficult or easy? Very easy. From the day one, what I am telling is fresher, Git, Jenkins, Linux. 3 are enough. Okay. Here the same thing is showing here. Are you seeing it? Forgot about this one. Second thing, like here you are having one more. No. It's AME developer. We want DevOps. Let's take this one. This DevOps engineer, it is asking Jenkins. We know Jenkins, right? SVN we know, but we know Git. Ansible we know, Terraform we know, Artifactory service we know, SonarQube we have seen, Docker we have seen, Kubernetes we have seen, but Selenium is extra. They are asking. We don't know Selenium, but you can say I can learn Selenium. But majority of the job description, is it matching for our course or not? Then what else we are missing? Only lack of experience. We are missing. When you will get the experience means practice, not even you work on real time, then only you will get the experience. But the experience you are getting is for to maintain, just to pretend like you are experienced guy, but you won't get real experience until and unless you work on real time. Okay, that's it. So here if you see, experience range is up to 4 to 6 years. Even it is 4 to 6 years, are we having the same knowledge or not? 4 to 6 years of experience are working on these tools. You are working on these tools. Even if you go for interview, they will ask. Okay, are you able to tell any one of the thing? Like only thing we are missing is Selenium, right? Apart from that, are we are covered on our course? Correct or not? That's it. So coming to the like one more job opening, DevOps need is for how much experience? 3 to 5 years of experience it is, but salary is too low. Don't apply this one. Okay. So this one, take it. Like AWS DevOps, like take it is almost all 6+ years of experience. So there we are having lot of DevSecOps is included, so we are not eligible for it because the experience is 6+. No one is going to go with 6+ years of experience with this subject. Okay, let's take another junior DevOps engineer. 15 lakhs. How much the experience is? Where is the experience here? 3 to 10 years. Okay, let's take 3 years. Least case 3 years. Least case 3 years means least package how you will get 15. But see the description. Job description type is here. They are asking automation deployment. Do you know automation deployment? We are going to cover monitoring on your next class. Okay, and like we have strong knowledge on Linux. Do we have it? And after that, automation experience using such as Chef. Here they are asking for Chef. What they are asking? But we know Ansible. We know it, right? That's it. And scripting skill, we are going to learn Bash tomorrow. Actually, Bash scripting is your tomorrow's class. Experienced with Java based app servers. Okay, here they are asking for some technical of Java, basic Java you need to learn here at any cost. Coming to the ARM templates, what is the alternative of ARM templates? Terraform. We know Terraform, right? So Terraform is going to be your alternate for ARM. So even though, like, if you don't know ARM, like you can tell I know Terraform and I know how to work on Terraform. Is that clear for you? Next, let's take this one. Experience is 5+. I don't want to make it because it is 5+. Let's take this one. CGA information. Oh, it is also 5+. Let me filter it out for 3 years. Job type and salary, date of posted, education level, location, company, job type. City. Email address, I don't want to give it. Let's go for some other website instead of this one. We have a lot of things here. So here LinkedIn, right? Go for the LinkedIn here. So if you go for the LinkedIn here, like take this one, DevOps Hadoop engine, it is not our thing. He's asking for me to log in. Let's take some other Indeed. Indeed, same thing. Okay, let's go for Naukri this time. DevOps jobs, Naukri. Okay. Are you seeing the DevOps here? Like, let's take this one, 2 to 3 years. It will be very familiar for our course actually. Okay. If we go to 2 to 3 years, here they are telling at least one programming language. Okay. One database, one operating system. And we need to have the knowledge about SDLC. What we need to have? So anything is primary skill. We need to have either AWS or DevOps. Anything. So here if you see the responsibilities and everything, like here it is similar to our things. If you see there, he haven't provided much information. Let's go for another job because information is not satisfied here. Not this one as well. Let's take one other thing. Okay, if you see like it is 2 to 9 years of experience, even though it is 2 to 9 years of experience, everything like here it is. See, they are asking for troubleshooting things, logical thinking. Are you seeing this one? As a DevOps engineer, definitely everyone needs to have this logical thinking because without logical thinking, you are not able to work on DevOps. If some application got failed, right? Definitely we need to do troubleshooting. What we need to do? So when you are going to do the troubleshooting, when we do actually, when we work on it and we know what is the basic and what is the advanced. Troubleshooting is always going to start with basic points only. For example, on real time, like on interview, they will ask your application is not working. How are you going to troubleshoot? I have explained this on your Java project, Tomcat, if you remember. First of all, I will check web server is running or not. Second, I will check where file is proper format or not. Third, I will check application.log. What I will check? Lot of the majority of things on real time, if deployment is failed or application is not running properly, we will check the log files. What we will check? From the log files, we will get the every information. So these are the basic troubleshooting things we need to follow on real time. Okay. Everything you are going to check is log file. What you are going to check? That's it. So now I hope it is clear for you. So, and coming to the experience. So the people who want to go with experience, create your LinkedIn profiles, okay, and start posting your open to work. Definitely you need to put some experience, right? So the documents who want to like take, you can take from any of the consultancy, but mention which company you have previously worked. Okay, take the document from the company and mention it on LinkedIn and start posting your what we call post. Like I'm open to work, I have this much of experience, I know this kind of service, and I have worked on these things. You can post it like that. Okay. So that's it. So now if you are having any doubts over your career, and forget about like fresher. Fresher is very easy, but even I'll explain for you, don't worry. I have like include only one project for experience, guys. If you want to include second project, you can include this code pipeline project for some other client. Okay. Take one client for Jenkins, another client for code pipeline. In that case, you will have two companies as experience, and you have been working on two projects. How many projects? So coming to the resumes now. So go with the fresher resume. So career objective again, copy paste. No need to worry about it. So technical skills, have we covered all of this? Git, Jenkins, Maven, Docker, Terraform, Ansible, Kubernetes, and platform, you know, to how to work on Windows and Linux, right? And applications are what we have used. And which cloud, you know? All these services we have covered on our AWS. Okay, mention this. And project, same project, what we have done on Java project, right? I have given the same project here. Okay, just don't do anything. Just to practice our project, everything you can be able to answer. And coming to the main point I need to ask, fresher I'll ask. If I ask you, what is your strength? What you will tell to me? Your strengths. You're fresher, right? What is your strength? Strengths. Learning from the Mistake. Okay. Then what are the other strengths you have? Communication. And what you will mean? Hardworking. And what other we have? Uh, Fast learner, right? So I'll suggest you one thing. Don't put hard work as your strength. If you are working hard means you are not able to understand. That means you are not having strength. You are having it as weakness. Hard work is always going to be your weakness, not strength. You need to have smart work. What we need to have? That thing you need to remember. So some people, like majority of the resumes that I have seen while interview fresher, they will mention that one. Okay, like what the question I will ask, are you a hard worker? They will say, yes, sir, I'm a hard worker. Then what the next question I will ask you, if I give a concept to learn, you will work very hard on it. How many days can you learn? He will say, sir, it's only like 1 day for me. He is taking 1 day to learn the concept. He is a hard worker. Instead of saying like this, he's a smart worker, he can do the same thing on 1 day. Difference between hard working and smart working means in real time, no one wants the hard worker. All they need is only smart workers because they have a lot of donkeys to work, but they don't have any wolf to think out of the box. Okay, so don't never ever mention your strength as hard working skills. First point I'll tell. Coming to the hard works, what you need to mention is here I have mentioned, or like not hard working strengths. First of all, mention team player. What you need to mention? What is the meaning of team player here? Able to work with any kind of work and any kind of team. Okay. Second one, adaptable and flexible. The meaning why I need to have adaptable and flexible is all your students up to know. But you are going for work culture. As a student, what is your shift? 9 to 5 will be your colleges. But working on as a DevOps engineer, right? You need to have 3 shifts. From morning to 7 to 4 a.m. is shift 1, and 9 to 6 is shift 2, and 2 to 10 is a shift 3. You know only second shift. Okay, all your comfort up to 9 to 5 a.m. only. But as a DevOps engineer, you need to work on any of the shifts. So that means you need to flexible to the timings for the organization. Okay. Third one, communication skills. DevOps engineer need to communicate with all the teams. DevOps engineer need to communicate with the. For that purpose, what you need to have first of all? Communication skills means not only to speak in English. Actually, it is the way how you can mold the people. It is the way how you can manage the people. Okay, that's it. Coming to the languages, I have 3 languages on my basket, so I have given 3 languages. So if you know to mention that too. Certification, if you have any certification. One more thing, the main points come here. Certification means what you will do, I am certified from Naresh IT. I am certified from Naresh IT from Raham Sir Coles called DevOps. It is not the certification. Okay, certification is separate, certificate is different. Certificate means you can get it from anywhere. Certification means let's take any of the tool or any of the cloud. Let's take Jenkins. You can learn Jenkins completely and you can write an exam on Jenkins. That is called a certification. Certificate is means like our people are going to give on your main campus. Okay, don't mention like that. It is not going to help you anywhere. Coming to the hobbies. Hobbies is as per your request, but I will mention to have new technologies on the top. Just like if you go for YouTube, there will be 10 minutes videos. Let's take AR, VR. It's a technology. Let's take blockchain. It's a technology. Okay. So these are some of the trending technologies having on the market, like quantum computing. It is one of the technology. Just try to explore about new technologies. It will be helpful for you on every entry point of the time. Coming to the education, remember guys, fresher can put your year. Okay, just your college name, degree or BTech, branch, year of passed out and percentage. That's enough. But the people, some are passed out on 2019, 2018, right? Even though they want to go with fresher, never put your year of passed out there. Because you are 2018 passed out, man. How can you become a fresher? Okay. Don't put your year of passed out, and even they won't ask on the interview time. They will check on the background verification, right? They'll check on background verification, but first you need to clear the interview, right? If you clear the interview, even though if you are having the year of gap, they will accept on some rare condition. This happens to me exactly 6 months back before a student. Okay, there is a guy like who is almost 2018 passed out. He want to go with fresher experience. Almost all it's up to 4 years. 2082, 2022. How many years it will be? 4 years. Okay. Even though he want to go with experience, in his resume he have mentioned year of passed out. He never get a call for. He applied almost all for 16 interviews. Nothing happened. Then I said not to mention the year of passed out, just mention it is 2021 like that. Or just remove it from your resume. And he got the call on very second day. He cracked the job. Okay. The people who want to go with pressure, even you are having year gaps, don't mention year of passed out. And finally, personal information. Is everything fine here? And declaration, again copy paste. That's it. It is about your fresher resume. So now your experience resume is done, fresher resume is done. So now if you are having any doubts or queries over your career, you can ask me now. Doubts or queries? Don't we have any? That means all you are going to crack the job after this class. Correct only na? All you have practiced, all I have tell here, all you have practiced, and you are going to. So that's it. So still anything